Hi, everybody. It is Catherine, and I'm here today with a tip about networking. So, I got a question from Lorraine on a webinar earlier today, and she said, what can I do to stop freaking out when I go to networking events? And I love this question because I know exactly what she means. For years, I'd break out in a sweat. I was a nervous wreck. I would avoid going to networking events. When I finally went, I had to go and run away into the bathroom sometimes to pull myself back together. So, first of all, what is that anxiety about? Well, it's about feeling stupid, saying something stupid, awkward moments, talking to jerks. I mean, there are lots of things that can go wrong when you're meeting people for the first time at networking events. And I used to get all hung up on those and worried about those. There are a couple of things that I did to just let all that worry and anxiety go, relax, and start having fun at networking events. Now, it doesn't mean that I never get nervous. I still get nervous occasionally when I'm going into a meeting with a new group of people, and maybe they're wicked smart. Like, I did an event with a bunch of women scientists, like neuroscientists and doctors and cancer researchers, and I was intimidated by these really successful, smart women at this event. And so I felt that familiar anxiety climbing. And then I just thought, oh, come on. They're human beings too. They put their pants on one leg at a time like the rest of us. So the number one thing I do is just remember they have worries and families and houses and cars and money and parents just like the rest of us. And then there are two tricks that I use when I'm walking into a networking event and engaging with somebody. That first opening, hi, how are you? Two things that I remember. Number one, interested is interesting. So what do I mean by that? Neuroscientists have actually done studies on this and discovered that when you're talking to somebody for the first time, if they are genuinely interested in you and they ask questions that get you to talk about yourself and what you do and about your family, or really just get you talking and sharing your own story, you will walk away from that conversation liking that other person. Because on a root core level, we all don't want to admit it, but we actually like talking about ourselves. It makes us feel good. It makes us feel wanted. It makes us feel like we matter. And so that's the first thing that I think of all the time. Interested is interesting. And it reminds me to focus on asking questions and getting to know the other person. And the other little tickler that I give myself, which is your third tip of the day, is get curious like a 4-year-old. So tip number one, remember, they're human beings just like you, believe it or not, even if they don't act like it. Number two, interested is interesting. And number three, get curious like a 4-year-old, and you will watch that conversation unfold. And before you know it, you're going to be having a lot of fun getting to know that other person. So those are my 3 tips for you for reducing your nerves and anxiety when you're walking into a networking event, meeting people for the first time. Good luck and have some fun.